I'm here with Parker Rosenberger from KelTec Firearms talking about the Peacekeepers program and how that affects the faith-based security network. So Parker, thanks for joining us, and could you explain just a little bit about KelTec's Peacekeepers program?
Well, Matt, thank you for having me on. So just a little background, we've been around for almost 35 years. Our founder, George Kellgren, immigrated over here to the United States in 1976. And his whole thing has been about innovation and keeping things affordable to exercise your Second Amendment rights. And about a year ago, I created our Peacekeepers division, which really incorporates all of our military, law enforcement, private security, school resource officer programs that we do across the country and around the world. So I wanted to have it underneath one umbrella, but what we've noticed here for this year, especially being a part of FBSN, is that there's a real need to make sure that y'all's church security teams are equipped properly in handling your congregation and making sure everybody's safe. So just a kind of a quick synopsis of how that works, but that's what it is. That's what Peacekeepers is with KelTec.
Yeah, we're always looking for good quality products, good quality firearms, and really at a reasonable price, and that's something that's very attainable with KelTec.
Yeah, so one part of the program for Peacekeepers is I wanted to copy and paste what we do on the commercial side over here. So you guys have the ability to directly purchase and work with us as a manufacturer, and that allows me to keep the pricing as affordable as we can. Now, there's a lot of different quality control and different processes that go into our Peacekeepers program. So for example, a normal firearm will go through final assembly, test fire, and then go out the door. On the Peacekeeper side, we actually intercept that firearm before it goes into inventory. We run an additional, if it's a rifle or a pistol, additional 45 rounds through the gun. If it's a shotgun, 25 shells. We disassemble that gun, re-inspect the parts, reassemble, put any accessories that we're doing for you all, for a Peacekeepers customer, put it in the box, actually initial and sign off on that box, and it goes out to you all to make sure that you have the most perfect version of what we make in your hands for these applications.
That's added peace of mind, knowing that what you're getting has actually been, even through an extremely high level of quality control. KelTec's known for quality, but even higher than that, an extra set of eyes, an extra set of hands on the firearm.
100%.
So as we're rethinking protection for churches, and as we're thinking about different alternatives, what kind of products are available in the Peacekeepers program?
So I go through and took about, I would say, anywhere from 25 to 40 of our most popular SKUs that we do in any kind of law enforcement application around the world. Stuff from our foldable 9mm sub 2000 to our KSG shotgun, our bullpup shotgun, and a couple things in between that we go through and we tweaked and we customize kind of through our experience around the world, noticing, okay, different clients prefer this, they actually prefer this version of this gun, and then we combine it to form that special SKU list. And a majority of these products are not available on a mass scale in the commercial market. In FBSN, since the SOS conference in Denver, we've really tweaked a lot of what you all are using, and we've seen across the country on different versions of these firearms, and that's really impacted on what we offer now around the country and the world. Our sub 2000, we run in different, very covert backpacks or one sling packs. Years ago, Brevard County Sheriff's Department reached out to us for their SRO division to say, okay, hey, we want to look at some KelTec products that we can go through and deploy at the schools, because the number one issue that we see is, yes, there are ARs somewhere hidden on campus in safes or in the patrol cars, but they don't have them on their person. So in an active shooter scenario, they need to be able to have a long gun or something that's a little bit more robust than just a sidearm to deploy. Well, what we did with them is we run our PLR-16, which is our 5.56 caliber pistol, in an SBR format that they actually mount on their chest. These are some of the baddest looking people you've seen walking around the schools, and they direct traffic that way. And like I said, that rifle's mounted on their chest. Well, we noticed about 99% of schools and different districts around the country are not going to get that approved. And a lot of people don't like to have firearms exposed like that walking around a school, much less a church or anything of that nature. So we said, well, let's go look at our sub 2000, which that gun is now in its third generation. We released earlier this year. And we said, okay, well, hey, this would actually work really well. And we actually use a 511 Moab 8 rush pack. It's a one slinged pack. It slips right in it. The gun is, a little over 16 inches when it's folded. And then you can actually walk around and you would never know that the officer actually has a carbine on their person as they're interacting with students or in the hallways or anything like that. So when we put that combination together, New Hope Church actually really gravitated towards that, and they run subs for their entire setup out there at their church security team. And then you had a church here in Alabama where I'm based at. They did the same thing for their church and their school. And then when we saw you all in Denver, now we're up to a dozen members in the FBSN network. Our majority of them are running subs in that setup, just because it's perfect for anywhere up to that 80, 100, 120 yard range in the 9mm configuration. And then we just recently, a couple months ago, rolled out the new 5.7 sub 2000 if you needed to go a little bit longer distance, and it works great in this application. So long answer to your question, Matt, but I would say the sub 2000 in several different packs that we do, that is the most popular that I've seen.
And what is the process of ordering those? We order those directly through you, correct?
Directly through us. So it's really easy. Actually, just before we got on this call, I had a call with one of your members. We walked through the SKU breakdown, what makes sense, what are they looking for, if we need to walk down, okay, what kind of distances are they needing to go through and apply any kind of firearms in. Then we narrow, okay, these are the SKUs that we want to go through and purchase. Then my colleague, Nick Gillette, actually reaches out. We go through and do a special group order form. We find out the FFL that you all want to go through and have those firearms transferred to. And then that's it, and the process is finished. And then we're there every step of the way. Any kind of support after the fact. We don't provide training, like I'm not doing any kind of training, anything like that. We're just providing the firearms, and then any kind of support on maintenance, armors kind of courses, anything like that. We're here with you guys every step of the way.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, again, we've got a price list for the Peacekeepers that we will share with our members. And if you want to find out more information about KelTec firearms, you can search for them on the web. We can't give you their web address directly because of YouTube rules, but you can find us, Faith-Based Security Network, and find a link to them. That's FBSNamerica.com. Parker, thank you so much for spending time with us today, and thank you for offering this wonderful program to FBSN members.
Matt, thank you all, and we're very, very much thrilled to be a part of the FBSN family. So thank you.